Gather around, everyone. Gather around. Come on, come on. Please, listen up. Listen up. We've got some new rules that we're gonna have to be abiding by, okay? I've called this meeting here so we can discuss these very important updates that you're gonna have to abide by, okay? Who gave us these mandates? Well, as it turns out, there is another planet called Earth, and the humans of this planet have delivered us these updates, and we have to start going by what they say immediately. I abide the will of no human. They are inferior to the Yonti. Well, see, that's the thing, is that you can no longer talk that way, okay? So you need to stop saying those sorts of things. By what authority do these humans command me? Well, I'm a little bit fuzzy on all that myself. You see, it's not exactly clear if this is all the humans or just a certain group, or if they have some kind of deity backing them up. But you better listen up. I listen to no human. Well, you better start listening, because check this out. I've got some reports in that the people who don't listen to them get exiled to oblivion, and you don't want to be banished there. That's an awful place to be. You could lose your job there. What exactly are the nature of these new rules we must abide by? I'm sorry, can you look my direction? I can't make out what you're saying so well. No, I never look in the direction of anyone I'm speaking to. I must remain always shrouded in shadow. Well, this is a fine enough place to start. Drow. As it turns out, this lore that we've all been abiding by all along, that you're an evil race of marauding, killing demon worshippers, well, that's actually just in Minzo and associated areas. There are many, many other drow cities and drow groups that do not follow this religion and are not evil. Very well, that makes quite a bit of sense, so I bet we're getting some great new lore about all that. No, actually not. What do you mean? The Minzo lore is so incredibly interesting. It's just ripe for adventure, conflict, and storytelling. So, maybe we have our own demon that oppresses our society and corrupts people into being treacherous murderers and slavers. No, we're gonna have none of that. So the other drow cities are going to be neutral cities, or even good aligned cities. So let's see, what could we do instead? Maybe we have a game, like a Quidditch type of game. We compete like in sports. Well, let's see. I'm not saying anything about that. Then what is the meaning of this update if it is actually a downgrade from the rich and harrowing storytelling that can be found in our grim and dark civilization beneath the surface of the planet? Well, you see, a number of the humans, they think that it's offensive to imply that this entire race is an evil people. There needs to be more nuance and variety. There needs to be more diversity. The humans actually care that much about us who dwell far removed from their own planet? Yes, in fact, they care about it a great deal. They are very passionate about this topic, and it seems to have some sort of a symbolism for their own culture and the problems that they have endured for so long. Oh, I see then. Well then, surely the humans of this planet Earth are having some serious conversations and deep discussions in order to understand and overcome these most sensitive topics. No, not really. In fact, you're not supposed to talk about them, and you can get in a lot of trouble if you do. And, well, they just kind of quickly threw out this update document and didn't really explain much about it at all. And no, not too many discussions going on here. You've got to be kidding me. Well, there's a lot of people that are arguing about it. So there must be bloodshed in the streets, brawls, brothers against brothers, people spitting in each other's eyes. No, they mainly just argue about it virtually through digital interfaces.
Clearly their society is divided one against another. Now is the time in which we must strike. They are weak. We can divide and conquer them with ease. They will all become our slaves, and the great fire giant empire will be rebuilt, more tremendous than...
Hold on. So, you see, you're going back to this whole slavery thing. We can't talk about that. We can't do that anymore, okay? So, if you can just back off, just calm down on the whole slavery thing.
Well, if we cannot enslave them, then what can we do? Can we still slay them?
Yes, there's nothing in here about that.
We can kill them.
Yes.
Cut their heads off, disembowel them, impale them, splay their entrails for their family to see.
Well, yes?
I can kill them, but I cannot force them into labor.
Yes.
How about I say the word fun?
No. You can't say that word. There's a lot of other words too. Just don't say any of the things.
So as long as I do not make them my slaves, and I do not say this list of taboo words, I am fully able to slice them in half with my greatsword, to splatter their brains across the faces of their loved ones, and smash their children beneath my steel boots.
Yes.
Truly, this seems a most inferior people. But perhaps they would make good hosts once we are able to utilize their bodies.
Well, just don't talk about any of this inferiority or superiority things, okay? That really upsets them. They're moving away from all of that, and now they want to be inclusive to everyone.
Excellent. Let them trust us. Let them welcome us. We desire their inclusiveness, as we will include them in the great Illithid Empire.
I mean, I suppose you can do that, but you don't have to anymore. You don't have to be evil, or what are you in here? Lawful evil? You could be chaotic good if you want to. You can do other things with your life.
I am the great Illithid hierarch of the 997th generation. It was decreed by the great Zeriarch through his quaxals that my lineage would conquest throughout the plains, dominating and taking over all other races.
Just stop. Just stop with that. Stop with the talking about the races and the dominating and the plots. Just try to do something different, maybe you can get along with people.
My tadpoles shall be implanted in their bodies. Thus we shall procreate. Our lineage perpetuates in that way. Their heads will rupture, and the Illithids will take over the cerebral functions of their flesh vehicles.
Well, I suppose you can still do that if you don't know of any other way.
That is how we reproduce. There is no other way.
Okay.
Am I permitted to do so long as I do not talk about my plans of doing so?
Well, I suppose that seems to be the issue. Just as long as you don't talk about it, you can do it, I think.
That seemed like much trouble. Brains, infecting, we orc merely take them as we wish. We breed,
Well, hold on there, Mr. Horndog. The orc race, I know, have traditionally been marauders and rapists and killers, pillaging their way across the realms indiscriminately, fueled by hate. But you are not bound by that any longer. You can be, you could be a pumpkin farmer if you wanted.
I raid pumpkin farm. I kill farmer. I take his daughter for my pleasure.
No, sister, stop. Don't talk about rape. That's a terrible thing to talk about. You're going to really, really make people uncomfortable. Then they're not going to like you. And then they're going to exile you to oblivion. And you don't make very much money in oblivion.
What's his problem? Me talk about it or me do it?
So we're not going to talk about it. and we're going to try to erase any mentionings, even indirectly, of you doing that. But, I mean, if you really can't help yourself, just be discreet about it and don't tell anyone.
They will ask question. Mini half-orc baby born by my loins.
No, that's okay. Just tell them that it was some kind of truth. Your orc people and the human people reached some kind of agreement to avoid a bigger war. And I don't know, just talk about marriage. They seem to not understand marriage so well. It's just kind of gloss over the details and it's fine. You guys are like really freaking me out here, just talking about some crazy stuff. Calm down, beholder, calm down. You don't have to be crazy anymore. That's kind of a bigoted thing to think that all of you are crazy and paranoid and that there's something bad about crazy and paranoid people. What do you mean? Sounds like a lot of people are talking about me. But don't worry, nobody's gonna actually do anything to your face. They're just gonna squabble about it on their devices. Well, that sounds like people are talking about me in other dimensions that I don't even know. Look, I've got a perfectly good solution for you. You are actually a victim. If anyone tries to get you account for any of the nefarious deeds that you have perpetrated, simply tell them how you have been misunderstood and misrepresented and victimized all along. Tell them how offended you are. That seems to work well. Offended? I don't even understand human emotions. All the more reason for your case that you've been misunderstood this whole time. Look, as long as you tell them how offended you are, that means that you are correct. Whoever's the most offended is the most rightest.
I am greatly offended by everything these humans have said and done about my race this entire time. I demand that they all come to a meeting, one by one, to my mansion. Make sure that they bring swimwear, as there will be pool activities.
I will try to pass along that message.
So in summation, we may not speak of certain taboo words, we may not talk about enslaving or carnal delights, we may not talk about ideas such as races being superior or inferior, or a race having any sort of common characteristics, especially not evil and sinister characteristics. But we can still kill them, we can still summon demons, we can still try to take over the world and bring it all into ruin.
Well, yes, I suppose you can, but you don't need to come right out and say that. Mainly what you can do is just stand there menacingly. I want you all to give just a try, just give me your greatest scowl, really play it up, look like you're a scary thing, and that's mainly what you do. You want to look scary, like you might do something.
Like I might do what?
Nothing. You don't ever get into it. Just look scary. That's what makes someone evil. You look scary, and then you fight them in the battle, and well, they're probably gonna beat you, but that's what you can do.
I'm having a number of misgivings about this entire affair. There are some parts to it that just really don't seem to add up for me.
Well, that's just because you have internalized all of these horrible, hateful things all of this time. And what you need to do is just wake up and see the truth of it all. You have been oppressed this whole time.
But isn't telling a great story more important? We need conflict to tell stories. The greater the conflict, the greater the story.
Oh, but that's just one opinion. You don't have to do that. You can also just play around. Let's just goof off and have some fun, okay?
Fun? Do I look like a guy that lives for having fun?
Well, you probably should just try to have some fun here. These should help you lighten up. Take these. These are called memes. It seems to be the main form in which the humans of planet Earth process the trauma of having their cultural myths and archetypes destroyed before their very eyes.
So be it. I'm used to having everything I love taken away from me. That is why I am a loner who sticks to the shadows. Only my blades are my friends.
Well, I think this was a very productive meeting. Thank you, everybody, for attending. Now, please go out there into the world and keep this all in mind. Remember to be sensitive monsters. And if any of the adventurers out there question why you're still trying to hurt them, just tell them, don't judge me. I'm not evil. I'm just coming from a very difficult life situation, and I need the golden experience points from killing you.